Thieves and stealth characters in general are, let's be honest, most of our favourite ways to play Skyrim, and most games that allow stealth gameplay. So in this video, I've compiled a few amazing Skyrim mods that add a plethora of creative and immersive mechanics to stealth gameplay, and Thieves specifically, in order to supercharge your sneaky playthrough into something remarkably fun and enjoyable to play. This video is going to show off a bunch of cool and fun mods that allow you to replay Skyrim in a calculated and tactical way. So without further ado, welcome to all of my favourite stealth and thieving mods that I love to use in 2023.
I choose this as our goal.
Creatures of none.
All men are kings. If he breeds, he is sin.
Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Your son's in a room, all right? Won't hurt.
I'd like to give a massive thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Raid Shadow Legends is a fantasy-themed turn-based RPG. My favourite part about Raid is how many interchangeable characters there are to choose from. Speaking of champions, here's Professor Death Knight.
Professor Death Knight here from Teleria University, legally not a school, with a math problem. If you create a hit mobile game in 2019, how many champions will you have now? Over 700.
Besides Ultimate Death Knight, who is your favourite new champion?
Alright, if I can't say Ultimate Death Knight, then I gotta say Ultimate Death Knight. He's my number one boy. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but I do.
Players new champions like Artak, an epic orc warlord. Log into Raid for 7 days before July 24th to claim him for free. Use my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to get a free starter pack which includes the Talia champion from the Sacred Order faction and other useful rewards. You can also come find me in game under my username Heavy Burns. Thanks again to Raid for supporting the channel, but without further ado, let's get into the video. The first mod we're going to take a look at is one that adds a handful of new, much welcome sneak mechanics that will trickle across your entire playthrough, from non-lethal takedowns to smoke bombs and mask mechanics. Book of Shadows aims to implement 4 core mechanics into your game, and when I say I can no longer play a sneak character without this mod, I truly mean it. First is the takedown, which can be executed when you have your right hand unarmed, and will silently choke out any humanoid target for a period of time customizable in the MCM menu, in which they will take a short nap, allowing you to silently and non-lethally infiltrate a dungeon, camp or home without killing any of its residents, which already by itself adds an entire new passive playthrough opportunity of a character that might not want to kill living creatures, and instead knocks them out in order to silently sneak through each of the locations you come across in game. Next up, this mod also aids this by adding a new animated mask feature to the game, which as you just saw, has a full pull up and pull down animation set. For starters, it conceals your identity when worn, and your masked identity accumulates a separate bounty than you. Additionally, the mod also adds Smoke Bomb, which can act as a stun and a distraction to get out of a sticky situation, causing NPCs to cough uncontrollably until the cloud disperses. And these smoke bombs come in 7 different colour variations, including black, blue, green, orange, purple, and red. And then the final main mechanic this mod adds, which is my personal favourite, is most enemy factions will now have sentry NPCs who carry around a horn, which if they spot you, they will sound an alarm alerting nearby enemies, and can even be pickpocketed to remove their horn, disarming them. Book of Shadows is one of my must-have mods for stealth players, and I highly recommend it. Next we'll be covering a really cool mod that I've had my eye on for a while and always wanted a chance to show it off in a video, and that's the mod named Destructible Display Cases. This mod is perfect for stealth players, but also is just great to have for any playthrough because it has multiple mechanics built into it. The gist of this new mechanic is for those times where you are sneaking through a high class interior looking for objects to swipe, you can now use a special new tool named the Glass Cutter to silently carve out a circle in display cases and remove the objects within without alerting the guards. These can be crafted using ebony ingots, steel and leather scraps, and allows for a stealth approach to these display cases if the lock is too hard to pick or you need a faster approach to obtaining these items. This mod is one of my personal favourite additions to a playthrough, as it gives the player extra options for utility or even roleplay to prepare for big scale heists in an upper class location. If attacked by any other weapon than a glass cutter, you can simply smash the glass, revealing the object underneath. And additionally, beast races which have claws can also slice open the cases without any cutter required, which adds added benefits to playing as these races. This mod overall is perfect for any stealth playthrough and adds some nice options to preparing for heists or for last minute decisions where you risk the guards hearing you if you smash open the display case. And along with Book and Shadows and the other mods coming up in this video, adds a great addition to your sneaking arsenal. And in the same vein, that's where our next mod helps to target too. When exploring bandit hideouts, people's homes, or really any location that NPCs are meant to be inhabiting, one strange thing has always persisted in regards to their locked chests, and that's that there are never any keys to actually unlock them. So this is where locked chests have keys comes into play. Each locked chest in inhabited areas will now have a hidden key residing somewhere nearby for you to find, which makes these locations much more immersive and fun to look around scouring for this special key. But we're not going to stop there in overhauling Skyrim's lockpicking, because next we're going to take a look at one of my personal favourite visual mods to ever exist. Security Overhaul Lock Variations is a mod that adds new meshes to the lockpicking minigame, which change dependent on the type of lock you're trying to pick. This change is pretty vast and covers the most important differences where the original lock mesh was the most inappropriate. Other chests include the Snow Elves caches you can find in the Dawnguard DLC, which have a great new Oriel styled design. Additionally, the Apocrypha pods now have their own Hermaeus Mora styled locks, which are far more fitting and immersive than before. One of my favourite nice touches is the locks inside frosted areas will now have a fitting icy lock mesh to try and crack. And there is also a sister mod which adds additional meshes for the Ayleid ruins. Ancient Nordic locks now have a unique model when lockpicking, along with the different chests and doors found in the Soul Cairn. Traps and tripwires have a special unique lockpicking menu, and underwater chests fittingly have barnacles growing all over them. And overall, this mod and its companion add-on mod just adds a great immersive addition to your game that I truly believe every player has no reason to not install. And with that, we'll move on to the final mod of this video. When sneaking around various homes, dungeons, and really any cell in Skyrim, one issue persists throughout the entire game, and that's not being able to preview what exactly you'll be walking into when you enter a load door. For all you know, there could be an NPC standing right on the other side, and as soon as you enter you get caught and your night is ruined. Well, that's where Take a Peek comes into play. This mod allows you to look through keyholes indoors in order to preview what is on the other side before attempting to pick the lock. It comes with a new keyhole texture, which limits your view to a small section of your screen, allowing you to scour around and observe the happenings of the room you're about to enter. This works for both doors and load doors, which will actually technically load you into the new cell and lock you into this keyhole viewing state in which you can look around before either choosing to back away or entering the room. This is one of my favourite mods for a stealth character, as it removes the janky nature of loading into a cell and instantly getting caught. Overall, this is a fantastic addition to any stealth-based playthrough, and is the last mod of this video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
That's it for today, class. Your homework is to download Raid. Just kidding, I know you've already done that, so no homework. Except there will be a test of Valor, so study up. But you can use your phones, because it's a mobile game. All right, class dismissed.